design for these?
You can look at me or at camera. People have been doing both, so
'Kay.
whatever you want to do. This will be a hypercut of both of the weird things.
We're here and ready?
All right. Hi, I'm Devin Brooke with Film Invasion Los Angeles, here with a filmmaker from the documentary feature Journeys, which I also co-produced with you. Hey, tell me your name. Who are you? Tell me about your project.
Hi, I'm Christopher James Cramer. I made a movie that is a feature-length documentary that is based around psilocybin-assisted psychedelic therapy. And I know this lady helped out a ton on it. I was the director. We all wear too many hats. I was a director, a producer, and an editor on this.
You also did a lot of art
I was
department.
throwing it to you for what you did.
Oh, okay. I thought you were having me fill
These
in the rest
questions
of the
work both
gaps.
ways.
Interesting. I co-produced it. I was a production coordinator, did a lot of art department and artwork for the film as well. I think that was it. A lot of paperwork. So what was your biggest takeaway doing this project? What was your biggest lesson you learned, either as a filmmaker or as a person?
As far as lessons go, I think one that I continue to learn as I get older in life and as well as in this movie is that we don't know as much as we think we know. And particularly with Journeys, you know, I came into it, I don't work as a facilitator, I don't work in psilocybin therapy, I'm just had the opportunity to tell a really good story. And coming into this, I thought I knew what this was about, because you hear mushrooms and have an understanding of what those are from the way that we were raised. And in the process of making the movie, I realized I knew very little of what this world was actually like. I did not understand how psilocybin therapy worked. I didn't think quite past the stigma that I was already carrying through programs like the DARE program or just growing up with all drugs are bad. And anything when it is abused can be bad. But in these particular circumstances, there's real healing happening for people that can't find it anywhere else. And that was a stigma that changed gears for me.
So I already know the answer to this, but what inspired you to create this project?
The reason this project came to be is because at a friend's baby shower, his mother walked up to me and was telling me about her psilocybin therapy session. And she was a sexual assault victim from whenever she was a child. She had dealt with it for 40 plus years. And through a single heroic dose, which is a full dose of psilocybin therapy, she was able to deal with her traumas, not necessarily put them behind her, but like recognize them and move past them in a way in which she was able to open up, share her experience, and no longer have that experience haunt her in the way that it was for 40 plus years before that.
Yeah, which is an incredible just like kismet of events that led to the creation of this project. Like, I know she was like, I want to do a test interview. It was a test interview you avoided. You ended up doing it on 420, listening to NPR, which was in my car, and you don't listen to NPR.
Michael Pollan was talking as I was going down to do a test interview on psychedelic therapy, and that set me up to have all the right questions going into the test interview, which was kismet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of serendipity.
Is there anything particular that you learned from working on this?
Man. I don't know. It was a really cool coming together of all of the different. We got to work with a lot of friends and creatives and co-create just some really beautiful weirdness for the film and all the B-roll. And I don't know, doing a documentary was so different. This was the first documentary that we had done, and it's just such a different animal and such a different beast, but it was a really cool learning experience. And then I think the biggest thing that I'm learning still now with it is taking it out into the world, having people watch it, getting that feedback and those conversations going from people in the world, and how it's such a different conversation than from a narrative. But then sometimes the separation, the lines blur, where people are like, oh, so this is what you do, and it's like, no, we're filmmakers. We interviewed the people who do this professionally and stuff. So there's still sort of like almost a suspension of disbelief, since it is a movie where it's like, you know, you can play a character on screen and people are like, oh, so that's what you do, and you're like, no, that was pretend. And this one is not pretend, but there's still sort of a thing where people are like, oh, so can I come to you for therapy? And I'm like, no, you cannot. I can certainly help you find those sources, and I'm glad you're finding healing through this project, which has been really cool. That's been really rewarding, helping people find healing and answers to questions.
Yeah. So I saw there's no generative AI in the film. What is your stance on AI in art?
I am not a fan of AI in art. I do not believe there is such thing as an AI artist. That doesn't exist. At best, you are an art director. But yeah, there's no generative AI, no stock footage. Everything is made by human hands, from human brains, and collaboration, which is my favorite part of the film.
I love that.
Yeah. Where can people find more and follow this journey of journeys?
So we have a website, journeysfilm.com, that has all of the links on it to our social media. It also has links to where you can buy and rent. Right now, we're up in most places you buy and rent movies, Apple TV, Google Play, Amazon. And then we have an extended series as well, which is all the stuff that didn't make the movie it was either too niche or too technical. And we're putting all of that up online for free. If anybody watches the movie and is like, I really want to deep dive into this world, that is another great resource, and you can watch all of that for free on YouTube.
Great. Congratulations on being here. I think I want to redo my answer of what I learned. I don't know what I said.
I don't know what you said either.
Great.